So hi and welcome to Lisa Unplugged. I'm Lisa, and my advice would be grab a cup of coffee, let the fire play in the background and listen in. This week's episode is about how to clear, cleanse and recharge your crystals. I'm pretty sure that most women have some form of crystal in their house. If you don't, then I'm very sorry. This is obviously not a podcast for you. But we're going to talk about how to cleanse your crystals, how to recharge your crystals, what's the best way for certain crystals to recharge them or to cleanse them. Some crystals can't be cleansed via water or salt. We're going to go through that. So get your coffee, pause it, watch the fireplace, and let's start. So first and foremost, how to cleanse your crystals. So there's a few ways. Some are better than others. My advice would be use your intuition. Everybody's intuition is different. It's how you feel you should do it. It's entirely up to you. If you're wearing these crystals, then you will know that they need cleansing at a certain time and how to do it. So the first way of cleansing your crystals is actually running them under cold water in a stream, using tap water, a bottle of cold water, and rolling the crystal in your hand so that the water washes over its surface. Now, let me give you a warning to this. There are some crystals that cannot be put into water, and I actually have a list of them. So if you bear with me for a second, I will show you. Alright, I'll explain. So, black tourmaline, aquamarine, turquoise, ruby, moonstone, lopaz, amazonionite, desert rose, calcite, angelite, malachite. Now, malachite is really soft and massively toxic in water. Even touching the water is dangerous in itself, so please don't do that. Any crystals containing copper, selenite, celestine, amber, red coral, fire coral, moonstone, opal, jasper. So just be mindful of what crystals you've actually got. I would look at the root of your crystal, see where it came from, whether it can be put in water before you actually cleanse these. Do a bit of research. That's the best idea. Now, number 2 is smudging them with sage. Not everybody has sage, so you can actually use a candle. If you just pass the candle through the flame, the crystal through the flame, just for a split second, and then with a nice clean polishing cloth, just kind of wipe your crystal off of any soot. The other one is soaking them in salt. Now, again, look into the background of your crystal. Can this be done first? Don't do it if you're not sure. You know, it's a bad idea. I would use a candle or smudging if it can't be put in salt or water. Now, the other one is a selenite cleansing ball, and this is designed to cleanse crystals. So basically, you just put your crystals in the ball, and basically, a selenite can clear, open, and activate your crown and higher chakras as well. And it's designed to take out the negative energies of your crystals. So use a ball if all else fails. A selenite ball is also renowned for strengthening your memory, so having a ball in the house actually works as well. So you can, as well, bury in the ground in a small pot, put your crystals in, put your soil on top of your crystals, put the pot into the ground and mark it just so you know where they are. Leave it for 24 hours and the earth will absorb the unwanted energies and refresh the crystal. And then obviously pull them out, give them a good clean. Obviously, if you can't put them in water, clean them with a cloth anyway. And that's your cleanse of your crystals. It's very, very simple to do. You'll know yourself. There's no set time to cleanse your crystals. Most people would say do it once a month, which I tend to do, especially around full moon. And this is then obviously into the next step of recharging your crystals. So the first thing is using the full moon. So if you have a space in your back garden or in your yard where the moon touches, you'd have to obviously watch as the moon kind of rotates around your house. Leave the crystals outside in full moon overnight. A full moon is at its most energetic, recharging your crystals for the month ahead. The other one is soak it in moon water. Now, moon water is basically water in a clear bottle that's been left out in the moonlight and it's charged with moon energy. But obviously, if your crystal can't go into water, do not do that. The other one is using a sounding bath. Basically, you can use a tuning torque, a sounding bowl to recharge your crystals. You just put your crystals at the side of the bowl and you start to make the noise, and that recharges your crystals. The last one for recharging your crystals is actually burning herbs and passing the stone through the smoke for 2 to 3 minutes. You can use Palo Santo, which is a type of wood that is traditionally used for spiritual and medical purposes in South and Central America, and you can also use sage. So there's quite a few options of how to recharge your crystals. I like the fact that you choose to do it however you choose to do it. Now, the reason for cleansing your crystals is, particularly if you use a protection crystal, they take in the energies that they are protecting you from. So basically it harbours the energies. Obviously you need to cleanse it of them nasty energies and get rid of it. The other thing is, they pass through many hands, crystals, especially when you first get them. You don't want them to have somebody that's got a negative intent. You don't want them crystals to take on that negative intent. So cleansing them when you first get them. Some crystal shops that you can go in, they will cleanse for you if you ask. They'll use a sounding bowl or they'll use sage or whatever the case may be. So charging your crystals, so cleansing them and charging them, sets them back to their natural state where they're most powerful. It basically gives them a boost and helps the vibration and how they help. So it's definitely advisable to do this at least once a month, particularly around full moon. So this video is going to go out, this podcast is going to go out the 19th of November. And on the 27th, let me just double check my maths to make sure I'm right. Yep, on the 27th, it's a full moon. So if you cleanse them on the same day as the full moon, you get them cleansed, get them outside, get them in the moonlight, and bring them back in the following day, they will be perfectly cleansed and recharged, ready for protecting you, looking after you, guiding you, helping strengthen your memory, whatever you use that crystal for. You can search any crystal that you have come across and find out what it is designed for. If you are looking for a specific crystal, I would go to a crystal shop. After, obviously, my advice would be always be drawn to the crystal. Never ever just pick a crystal out that you think you need. If you hover your hand over crystals, you will instantly be drawn to one that you need. You take that, find out what it is, do your research, find out how you cleanse it, find out how you make sure you cleanse it the right way. Don't cleanse it in water if it can't go into water. Please don't do that, because you will crack your crystal, you will dissolve your crystal, and obviously that means your crystal's kind of out of action. Now, the other thing I just want to quickly point on, if you find that you've got a crystal in your house that you feel you need and you cannot find it, that tells me that you do not need that crystal. I had a set of crystal towers that I'd bought. I'd only bought them within a few days. I was in the process of cleansing them. I put them down. I know exactly where I'd put them down. I pulled out a box. I got something out of the box. I put the box away. I went back to get the crystal towers and they were gone. That was 2 years ago, and I still to this day cannot find them crystal towers. And the reason for that is because I do not need them towers right now. Crystals will reappear when you least expect it or when you need them most. And they'll be in the most obscure of places where you're like, I didn't go in that cupboard. I don't remember putting it in that cupboard. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of crystals, and that is not an over-exaggeration in this house. 90% of them I probably can't find. But that's right at that moment, I do not need them crystals. I've got a clear quartz crystal that I wore around my neck for a long time. I took it off to cleanse it and could no longer find it. Now, I hope this has been informative. I am very grateful for your time. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful week, and I will be back again next week with something different. Bye for now.